Hello everyone and welcome to another Formula 1 vlog. Great day here in Montreal, sunny, super hot and humid. I'd rather crawl than be walking right now. But because I love you guys, let's proceed with this Styrian Grand Prix preview. So the second Austrian Grand Prix, 1 week after the amazing race that we had last week. Filled with action and even a bit of controversy. But you know, we all like controversy because Formula One is it's like a cake. Formula One without controversy is like cake without icing. It's nice, but it's not sweet. You heard it. Okay, so let's not lose time. Let's go team by team, see what happened during the last week and what we can expect from this Styrian Grand Prix. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any update during the weekend and during the whole Formula 1 season. So let's start with Mercedes, the big guy. Valtteri Bottas taking the win last week, not without problems. Both Mercedes actually had gearbox issues, which was revealed to be some electrical noise in all of their packaging, because also gotta understand that of course no car can be perfect, but Formula 1 are so high tech and on the edge of everything. It's like everything is so packaged tightly inside there. It's like, take your phone, your mobile phone. The reason why it's so small and performant is because everything is light and tightly packed in there. If you drop it on the floor once or twice, it will be fine. But imagine that phone is a Formula 1 car, and that instead of just dropping it on the floor, you take that car and you have it go through roller coasters for an hour and a half with intense G-force, and that some of the parts inside have to rotate to nearly 100,000 rotation per minute. Given the right circumstances, even if you try to think about everything that can possibly go wrong, something can still go wrong. And that's what we saw last week with pretty much every team. Not many teams finished with both cars on track actually. So Mercedes will try to correct the situation, maybe for this weekend, but these takes time to do. So will they avoid the curb for the second race? I don't know. Will they be a little bit more on the edge, and could Red Bull actually challenge them? And speaking of Red Bull, let's go with them because it will also tie with Mercedes. Not a great race for Max Verstappen last week, had to retire due also to an electrical issue, or so we think. But he was in a good position for a podium, that's for sure, and if he had been able to follow the two Mercedes, probably could have challenged them for the win. Alexander Albon also had to retire, but he was also in contention for a podium and even a victory, should that not have been from this contact with Lewis Hamilton. We can argue maybe Albon would have still retired, but maybe Albon would have retired anyway. But Red Bull are for sure the best after Mercedes, and if Mercedes still have a gearbox and power unit issue, Red Bull will be there and waiting for them. They just need to capitalize on their car and not just let it go away like they did last week. Sorry. Ferrari, another puzzling team, finished second. Charles Leclerc last week but it was all due to circumstances. Their race pace looked better than their quali pace, but according to Charles Leclerc, even though they will have some upgrades, they cannot really expect to beat Mercedes or maybe even Red Bull only on performance. So they will need a bit of luck if they want to reach the highest position on the grid. Hopefully in Hungary, when they get their big new update, which is like a total 180-degree turn on the current car, it will help them fix the issues. But Ferrari at the moment fighting in the midfield, not fighting for wins. Sebastian Vettel was also asked a lot of questions about his future after obviously we announced that Fernando Alonso will be coming back next year with Renault. We'll talk about that in a minute. Vettel a bit evasive, not ruling out any possibilities, even saying that he'd probably be happy to go back at Red Bull if he would receive an offer. To which Verstappen, because he was asked also a similar question, Verstappen said that, you know, why get rid of Albon? Albon is a good driver. So no big hopes there, but that could be interesting. Seb and Max in the same team. I think Max would win, honestly. But hey, that's my opinion. Next we can talk about McLaren. Oh no, wait. Forgot to mention that for the issues that Max Verstappen and Albon had last week, Honda already announced that they had a fix for their engine to make it more reliable, and because this fix is within regulations, they will not have to change the power unit or take penalty. So no harm there, and that's good news because it also means probably more competitions. Okay, now going to McLaren. Great race last week. Lando Norris third, Carlos Sainz P5? I don't have my data with me, but anyway, both really there, and P5 or P8, whatever, both in the points. Great race for McLaren. They hope to do it again, but on their own admittance, they are not gonna be fighting for wins or podiums on a regular basis. This was all due to the circumstances of this crazy race, but they're happy to know that they have what it takes to be there, and that if they do everything perfect, yes, they can reach high ground. So they will be looking at doing it again this week. I would not hope again for a podium, but for sure they can both be in the points, and they look even on race pace to be ahead of the Racing Point, which is good news. Racing Point, also having the spirit lift up after the race from last week. Even though Stroll did not finish, they had a good race. They showed that they had a car to compete with the best, and even with Ferrari and quali. And obviously that brings the team to this is dark. Brings the team to another level. Sergio Perez going there with another mentality. Very happy that everything is unfolding, and with the rebranding to Aston Martin next year, it's only going to bring more money and probably even a better car. So this weekend again, you can expect the Racing Point to be fighting with the McLaren, with the Renault, and with all those guys, and maybe even with the Ferrari. Who else do we have? Renault, of course. It was announced this week that Fernando Alonso is coming back to the team, so I'm sure that they will all be thrilled and Renault spirit will be lifted up after an average weekend last week. Yes, Esteban Ocon finished. Ocon finished 8th. Ocon 8th, and Paris Saints 5th. Anyway, but Ricardo, could not capitalize in quali because of a yellow flag, and could not finish the race also because of issues. But again, they said that they are for sure in that top 8, top 6. So it's good news for Renault. Their race pace looks good, which is lifting the spirit after winter's testing that could have looked a little bit average at some point. So again, tight midfield there. AlphaTauri looking to be in the points again, but no big expectations. They were not that great last week. They were in the points thanks to circumstances again. But still, if they do everything good, they are in the fight for the last few points. But to both drivers' admittance, they need to do some work in order to be really fighting for podiums. But still, they're not that far away, closer than many other teams. So expect AlphaTauri to create some surprise. They did qualify 12 and 13 last week, so it's not a bad result for them. Alfa Romeo, the other Alfa. If you are a Kubica fan, you'll be happy to know that he will be taking Giovinazzi's place during FP1, Free Practice 1 on Friday, to gather some data. And then, when asked where they need to improve, Kimi Raikkonen simply replied, around the lap. Typical Kimi. So Alfa Romeo will need to do a lot of work. The Giovinazzi finished in the point, but it's surely all due to luck. There's not much in that car at the moment. They need to improve. They did not want to say it was because of the power unit, but Kimi seemed to think that it was part of the reason why, without saying it, bringing us again the controversy about the Ferrari power unit from last year. But I would not put my money on Alfa Romeo this weekend. Sorry guys. Haas also needs to do a comeback and improve. They were not super close. Magnussen thought he had a good pace during the race, but obviously they both had, Grosjean and Magnussen, brake failures, so it was not possible to finish the race in both cases. They will look at improving that. I believe they got new brakes this weekend. So Haas promising during the race, quali pretty bad, but they're trying to come back from an awful year also on that side. So just look forward to improvement from Haas. And finally, Williams, they had a great weekend last week, in a relatively good weekend considering that George Russell came that close from going into Q2. So they will look at improving their settings and get the perfect lap to maybe go in Q2 for real this week. Russell also got an engine issue, could not finish, Mercedes. And Nicolas Latifi gaining experience, happy with his race. He was there, and even though it was not a pleasure cruise, he did not make mistake, gained experience, and just looking forward to capitalize on that and do even better this weekend. So that's it for this Turbo Styrian Grand Prix preview. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again after free practice. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you, and see you this weekend. Take care.